If you've ever had trouble with a co-parent, you might want to stick around for this. Hey, it's Jermaine Wong. You're tuned into Final Call Productions at the Germane Thinkin Spot.
I am very happy to be here.
Sometimes the fairy tale happy ever after relationship we've all dreamt about just doesn't play itself out that way.
All you do is nag me. I just want to be left the hell alone.
Even with all your premarital counseling, well wishes, high hopes, and extreme optimism, your relationship just didn't work out the way you planned. And you've decided that the best thing to do is to go your separate ways before one of you receives an irrecoverable injury. Once you give one of those, you can't take it back. A clean split would have been ideal, but the joint responsibility of your offspring means you're going to have to engage with your ex, whether you can stand them or not.
I hate you! I can't stand your black.
Now, some people are cool. They don't have any issues with their exes. But for every one cool parent, there are about 10 parents that are not so cool with each other. I'm here for you guys. Now, I co-parent with an ex, and my wife co-parents with her ex. So that's x times 2, carry the 1 equals, headache. So I'm here today to share 3 tips on how to lessen the stress of co-parenting.
Yes! Yes!
Let's do this. 1. Now, an important thing to remember when dealing with a co-parent is that there are no winners in this situation. Only levels of loss. There's a reason why God hates divorce and separation. These things ruin the happiness He intended for us.
Happiness is the truth.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit have the tightest bond. The family unit is designed to reflect that bond. So when the family breaks down and gets destroyed, it distorts the image of God the family was supposed to reflect. The spiritual connection that comes from the family goes missing when it breaks down. That affects everyone involved. So my number 1 is recognize and remember that your co-parent is also experiencing the loss of the family. Now, the fact that I suggest that both parties are victims of a family breakdown doesn't excuse the person who might be at fault for the cause of the family breakdown. No, not at all. But experiencing the lack of family connection and having to spend time away from your own children affects both parties. The acknowledgement of this can do a lot when it comes to calm and stormy waters. 2, this is really important. No matter what the lowest piece of dog mess your co-parent has done, do not badmouth them in front of the children. When you decide to express your frustrations, children should be nowhere near the vicinity. Hey yo, youth. Come out the room while I talk about your mum. To verbally bash your co-parent in front of the kiddies will have a detrimental effect. First, it's a rich example of poor self-control. You like what I did there? Rich and the poor. Nah. Children, especially young children, sometimes find it difficult to differentiate your dislike of their co-parent from the dislike of part of them.
How come you ain't never liked me? Who in the hell ever said I got to like you?
Second, this behavior teaches a very negative lesson on respect. And if you foster it, it will eventually end up being a rod for your own back. Oh. Do you think this is a racetrack? If it's all good to openly disrespect the co-parent today, it's only a matter of time before the children are following your example tomorrow. And the one being disrespected might not be the other parent, it might just be you. This 3rd tip can be a challenge to master. It takes a lot of willpower and woke power, and a lot of crying out to God for peace that passes understanding. But if you master this 3rd tip, you will not only lessen the stress that comes from dodgy ex interactions, but you will also shine forth as an example of true co-parenting maturity. 3. When it comes to your co-parenting, operate within this principle. A kind word turns away wrath. What that means is do not return seemingly harsh confrontations with equally harsh responses. For example, when something like this happens. Hey.
Hi, mommy. What took you so long to come to the door? I've got people waiting in the car. I said 10 o'clock, like not 10 past 10. She doesn't even look like she's properly ready yet. Like, come on, Jermaine.
Do not respond like,
I didn't even change her nappy or nothing. Like, have I got to do everything? It's always on some long tip.
or the results could be.
Hi. What's your
What the Folks, listen carefully. So much subsequent frustrations and property damaging moments could be avoided if you were to respond to those initial aggravations calmly.
The first reaction is usually the correct one.
No, Prince Akeem. In order to avoid this type of stress, we need to think before we speak. In fact, sometimes the best response is to say nothing at all.
Just smile and wave, boy.
I think it might be time for a recap. 1. Recognize and remember that your ex/co-parent is also experiencing the loss of the family unit. 2. Don't badmouth your co-parent in front of the children. It's a bad example of self-control. It teaches disrespect and it will eventually come back to haunt you. 3. As far as it is possible, always try to operate within this spiritual principle. A kind word turns away wrath.
Forget everything else you heard. These dudes is the truth.
I would love to know what some of your co-parenting challenges are. How do you or how have you overcome them? Leave a comment in the comment section below. My name is Germane Wong. You've been tuning to Final Call Productions at the Germane Thinkin Spot. I really appreciate your time. If you've liked this video, please show some love by giving me a thumbs up, a like, and a share. Share it with your friends. You can see my previous GT spot right here. And be sure to subscribe to my channel because I release new GT spots every other Thursday. So until we see each other again, keep tight, hold tight, and until next time,